everyone. Welcome to Accessible Adventures, a travel and disability podcast with Colwyn and Francis. I am Colwyn Dunlap, and my co-host over there is Mrs. Francis Wampler. We're going to be talking about the updated DAS Pass things.
It's
All right.
like a hot conversation that's happening right now. So we covered the DAS Pass in episode 3, and we heard that there are some overhaul changes coming to the DAS Pass. If you're not familiar with the DAS Pass, that's the Disability Access Services Pass that Disney offers. And I don't know, I have a lot of questions and thoughts about what's coming for the DAS Pass. So really all we know right now is that there are some changes coming that will go into effect, I believe, at Walt Disney World starting May 20th.
And Disneyland.
And Disneyland. I think they're happening at the same time, as far as when those changes happen. But there are some good and some bad and some we're just really not sure yet. So we really kind of have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of months. But some of the good things, I think, instead of having a booking window of 2 to 60 days, they're going to open that up to you can book at up to 120 days, which I think could be beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives you a little bit more time. With that being said, they're also going to start working with, they mentioned a third-party company that they're going to be working with to help determine eligibility when necessary.
Impact Health, I believe is what it's called.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, is that every time? Is that sometimes? How do you determine when, they're going to call in this third-party company? And what does that entail? Does that entail doctor's notes? And I don't know. I think it's that unknown. There's a lot that we still don't know kind of about that. But I guess that's a piece of that worry, I guess, that I have. Are you adding to the challenges of this pass when before it's just kind of been, you have this conversation with a cast member, and now are you going to require proof of disability?
I distinctly think that's what it is. Yeah. I distinctly think that that's what they are demanding is proof of disability, which I kind of agree with, because there have been a lot of people take advantage of this that don't have a condition or that don't really actually truly need it. They just want it for the benefit, and Disney's already said they're going to ban people from the parks for doing that.
I heard
they have made that announcement. They are not going to back down from it. I'm more on the supporting end of that than I am on not supporting it, because if you're going to take advantage of something that you don't that you don't actually need but can help another, you deserve to get punished.
I know. It's like an ADA room, like an accessible room. Sometimes I feel bad asking for it. Because I don't necessarily benefit from all of the things that are in there. So why would you, do all of this work to get the DAS Pass? And really, I think it boils down to being able to skip the lines. And it's just unfortunate because there are people out there that really, really need it. And so we're adding to the challenges of being able to access this pass because people have abused it, which makes me sad. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
A couple of other changes that I remember just kind of hearing about. They are limiting the family number to a max of 4. So used to, it would be the member with the pass, and they could take up to 5 people on the ride with them. and now it's max of 4. So I'm like, is that the individual plus 3? Or is that the individual plus 4? I don't know. I think that's kind of gray. There was that mention of, they will make exceptions for larger families, but is that going to deter people from asking for it because they're like, well, our family size is too big anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, and what it could be is, I think, because if you do the math on it, that's a total of 6, potentially a total of 4. In most cases, that's like 2 to 3 ride cars. Whereas if it's like a total of 5 or whatever, 3, it's like you're doing the single rider lane for one of those, kind of a thing. So is it? I have a feeling it might be the rider or the person that needs it, and 3 might be a total of 4, just so that they can keep it pretty even.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. I think about my family. We're a family of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So my son getting the pass, and then he could only take 3 of us, we'd have to ask for that exception, or, we'd have to, one of us adults would have to sit out with, some of the kids and kind of do that rider switch, which is probably a whole nother episode. On doing rider switch, which is beneficial. I'm glad that Disney offers that. But then you miss out on getting to do those kind of rides all together. So I get there's exceptions that may potentially be made for larger families, but it just kind of adds to that. Well, now I have to ask for something else. And is it going to deter families from even trying to get the DAS pass because they're like, well, my family size is too big, so we'll just struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know how that's going to all shake out. But
I just wanted to update you guys, or we just wanted to update you guys on this change that's coming. We believe, and Disney, I think, has announced it, that it'll go into place May 20th, right?
May 20th, yeah.
And that is all Disney properties in the United States.
Mm-hmm. And we will continue to keep our eyes on that. As we said in episode 3, the DAS Pass is not for mobility concerns, but I think they're getting a little bit more strict on what the DAS Pass, because I think the verbiage was, individuals that have difficulty standing in the traditional queue, and now it's very specific to say individuals with an intellectual disability such as autism or other. So I think they're just really kind of cracking down on it. We haven't really covered yet, like how to navigate the parks with mobility concerns. But if that's something y'all are interested in, let us know in the comments so we can be sure to bump that up on the list. It's something Colin and I have been thinking about and kind of planning for. But we just kind of wanted to take a break to talk about food.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about food during every episode, and we're like, hey, let's just take a break and talk about food. So, but we wanted to update y'all on the DAS Pass. We will keep our eye on it and keep you posted as we learn more and as more information comes out.